Ho ho, holy crap. Big Gronkowski wins the DFL. This is a day that I don't think any of us ever saw coming, and especially at the beginning of this playoffs. I don't know who thought the 4 seed would come from the first round, just battling, fighting, biting, scratching, and whatever else, for the Big Gronkowski to crown himself as the 2014 DFL champion. But let's jump in and look at how the playoffs started and how they finished. Obviously, in the first round, we had Mind Crimes, Deion Fenning, with the 2 seed, got himself a bye. And Kim, Wanted Dead or Alive, with the 1 seed, got herself a bye. So we had the Big Gronkowski and Brosy Forshankos squaring off. And then we had Fighting Sue and Mountain Browns going head-to-head. So Big Gronkowski beat Brosy Forshankos by about 14, 13 points. Easy win there. Mountain Browns, that was the big kind of heartbreak game for the first round. Mountain Browns scored 140 points, meaning he would have beat the Big Gronkowski, he would have beat the Brosy Forshankos, but he could not beat Fighting Sue, who put up 152 points, which was the most points scored throughout the entire playoffs. Second round, Wanted Dead or Alive, the number 1 seed. Kim had been in first place all year. Definitely the favorite against Big Gronkowski. And then Fighting Sue, the 3 seed, going up against Mind Crimes, the 2 seed. So first of all, the 2 and 3 seed game, I don't know if you guys remember, but Mind Crimes and Fighting Sue had a big matchup in the beginning of the year where both had scored in like the 150s. Fighting Sue barely lost by 1 point, so Fighting Sue was coming to this game wanting revenge. Didn't get it. Fighting Sue puts up only 75 points, which was less than half of what less than half of what he'd scored earlier in the first round. Meanwhile, Mind Crimes puts up 109, which is more than enough to beat Fighting Sue. So Mind Crimes advances to the championship. Now for the big upset of the entire playoffs, Wanted Dead or Alive and the Big Gronkowski. Wanted Dead or Alive gets let down by Aaron Rodgers playing Buffalo. And after the first set of games on Sunday, she knew this wasn't going to happen. And the Big Gronkowski pulls off the biggest upset of the playoffs and advances to the championship. Now for the championship game. Heading into it, both teams were projected to score about 115, 120. It was going to be a tight game. Big Gronkowski really gets bailed out by Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill scores 44 points. He was only projected to have 18. Meanwhile, Mind Crimes could not get it going in the quarterback side of things. He had Drew Brees. Drew Brees is supposed to get him close to 30. Only got him 12. Other underperformers. His tight end only scored him 1. That was Martellus Bennett. His defense, Arizona, gets him negative 8.5. Just had a rough day of it. Big Gronkowski, all across the board. Everyone shows up for him. Le'Veon Bell gets him 13. Marshawn Lynch gets him 24. So the Big Gronkowski, the entire season was just fighting just to get into the playoffs. Then he gets in the playoffs and comes through the old-fashioned way, wins in the wild card round, wins the divisional round, wins the conference championship, and goes on to be the DFL Super Bowl champ. Big congratulations to Robbie. This is his first championship. So from the DFL to the champ, we salute you. We respect you. Now for what I would say is the more interesting storyline is who has to buy the mug? Because that's what this league's all about, right? Who has to be embarrassed enough to come through and buy their neighbor a mug? Oh! Gave it away! Obviously, heading into this, man, I was going to be the guy to buy the mug, right? I'd been the worst team almost all year. I was struggling just to show up some weeks. I was struggling to score more than 40 some weeks. But my boys know that when it comes playoff time or consolation championship bracket time, it's time to show up. It's time to earn that paycheck, all right? So Dr. X's and O's comes through, upsets Hypercats in the 11th and 12th place game. So your 12th place team this year is Hypercats. So Hypercats, make sure you buy Robbie that mug, run it across the fence, drop it off on his front doorstep. That is your mug buyer of the year. Other big news for this season, we unfortunately have to part ways with the Brady Bunch, Bronson Gimbali, a guy who's been with us since the beginning of the league. Heartbreaking to see him go, but we all know life gets busy, right? So Bronson is definitely what I would call busy. He's got his 4th kid on the way. He's a college soccer coach, and so life could not be busier for this guy. Obviously, the DFL isn't going to fit in that schedule. No hard feelings except for the fact that we hate you, Bronson. Besides that, you're the best, except for the fact that you're a mortal enemy. Beyond that, we're good. So that being said, there's an opening in the DFL. The DFL, last year, we understand how it went to get Kevin in the league. And although it's great to have Kevin here, the process to get him in, there was corruption, there was lying, there was stealing. I'm pretty sure there was bribery at some point. So we're going to find out just how we're going to get that next person in the league. But there is an open spot. If you have any referrals, anyone who you think would be great for the DFL, let the commission know. We'll vote on it. Other than that, you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the off season, train up, and get ready to go because next year I'm not losing a game. So from the commish, from doctors to X's and O's, thanks for a great 2014 season. We'll see you guys next year.